Today on People Now, Brooke Mueller, the ex-wife of Charlie Sheen, checks herself into a trauma center. We have details.
Anne Hathaway debuts her baby bump at a red carpet.
Mike Posner recovering from a rattlesnake bite. He describes exactly how it happened.
Jerry, oh, no you didn't!
Jerry O'Connell is getting us pumped for his new daytime talk show.
And the legend himself, William Shatner, is here with a new show. There is so much to talk about.
It's all live today on People Now. Let's go.
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to People Now. The weekend is here.
We made it.
We made it. Will Ferrell, he's kind of getting us all in a great weekend mood. He brought out his iconic anchorman character, Ron Burgundy, for several surprise late-night appearances on Thursday. This was amazing.
So funny. He even did stand-up sets in character. So to continue with the laughs, we want to see your favorite gifts of the legendary Ron Burgundy. So tweet them to us with the hashtag PeopleNow.
We'll check in on those in a bit, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. A rep for Brooke Mueller confirms to People that the mom of two, quote, voluntarily checked herself into a trauma center on the East Coast and is under the care of professionals. This is amid her ongoing battle with substance abuse, and that Mueller is doing very well, according to them.
Last month, a source told People that the 41-year-old had relapsed. She's had a long battle with substance abuse. News of her decision to seek help came as Page Six leaked a video that shows a woman identified as Mueller preparing to smoke what appears to be crystal meth inside of a van.
Yeah, she's seen squatting on the floor of the vehicle, holding what looks like a smoking pipe, and is heard saying, quote, just how am I going to wake up tomorrow and who's going to drive me? That's why it had to be you guys. That's why I thought you guys were doing it. I'm not going to be able to wake up with this. Is this what you get? I'm going to be able to get on the plane. I'm not going to be able to get on the plane. That was her quote. A source tells People the video circulating was from years ago.
A source close to Mueller says her 10-year-old twin sons, Bob and Max, are currently living with their grandparents while she seeks the help.
Yeah, the source adds that the twins, who she shares with actor Charlie Sheen, are doing fine and that he sees the children as well.
Yeah, I don't know, 5 years ago, if you remember, when the boys were in the care of Charlie's ex, Denise Richards, they've obviously been through a lot.
Yeah, and you hope that Brooke is getting the help that she needs here. And it's obviously good to hear that her boys are coping with all this. We wish everyone involved all the best there. Let's move on to this. Anne Hathaway showing off her baby bump. A lot of people paying attention to this as the actress appeared on the red carpet for the Broadway opening of the play Seawall, A Life. That was on Thursday night.
She looks great and so happy. She wore a fuchsia pink cutout dress, which showed off her growing belly, paired it with metallic heels and a rose-colored clutch.
On top of everything else, she topped it off and styled her signature brunette tresses in loose waves. Yes, they're called tresses, guys. I didn't know that. Hathaway is expecting her second child with husband Adam Schulman.
Now, he attended the premiere, was not pictured with her on the red carpet, and announced last month she's expecting baby number 2 alongside a black and white mirror selfie showing off her baby bump under a loose-fitting white tank top.
She captioned the post, "It's not for a movie, number 2. Hathaway went on to hint that getting pregnant wasn't exactly an easy journey for her, writing, quote, all kidding aside, for everyone going through infertility and conception hell, please know it was not a straight line to either of my pregnancies."
Yeah, the actress added sending you extra love on there, and just a few days after sharing the news, Hathaway said in an interview with the Associated Press that it was important to her to be honest that pregnancy didn't come easy for her in an effort not to make others, quote, feel even more isolated.
In the interview, she mused about the very one-size-fits-all approach to getting pregnant. Hathaway feels that despite the happy time in the majority of cases, it doesn't apply to all people trying to conceive.
Yeah, very happy for her. All right, Princess Charlotte is stealing the show once again. And is anyone really surprised here? On Thursday, the youngest royal attended a charity sailing race alongside her parents, Prince William, Kate Middleton, and older brother, Prince George.
Yeah, when Kate brought the kids to a window, Charlotte took the opportunity to show off her cheeky side. Instead of waving to the crowd, the 4-year-old princess hilariously stuck out her tongue to everyone. The crowd was laughing as Kate quickly tried to stop her. Prince George missed all the excitement. He was headed down the stairs before all of that commotion.
I feel like once kids get a reaction doing something, they continue to do
Absolutely
it.
right.
Now they're little comedians.
Yeah.
Of course, this isn't the first time the young royal has been caught sticking her tongue out. She was also caught with her tongue out by cameras on her way to St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle for Prince Harry's wedding to Meghan Markle back in May of 2018.
She's just a kid.
Yeah.
Doing her thing. Stick around because we're going to be breaking down even more from this charity sailing event later on in the show with our Royals correspondent. But for now, we move on to this. Watch.
I have some very urgent and important breaking news. Cannonball!
Ron Burgundy is back and making quite a splash. Will Ferrell made 6 surprise appearances on late-night shows on Thursday night and performed a stand-up set on each show as his iconic anchorman character. This is amazing. We're talking Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, James Corden, and Conan. That's both the East Coast and the West Coast.
A lot of work went into this.
How do you even do this?
Really impressive. I don't know if it's more impressive that he made it to all of them or that each one had an original stand-up act. So he was coming up with new content for each one. Most of the acts were just straight stand-up. For his Seth Meyers appearance, though, he used a ventriloquist dummy, as you do. For Conan, he brought along a trunk of tricks full of hilarious props.
Yeah, and over on The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon, Burgundy hilariously targeted Shawn Mendes. Watch this.
He stole some of my songs and my singing style when he goes to that falsetto. Everything means nothing if I can't have you. Yeah, and I wrote that song about Camila Cabello because she broke my heart. But now all the fans think that he wrote it about her, but he didn't. I did. I wrote the damn song.
We reached out to his reps for those very serious allegations to see if he has a response. We'll let you know.
Ferrell also remained in character while sitting down for discussions with the late-night hosts. But Corden really upped the ante by bringing on San Diego Zoo Animal Ambassador and zookeeper Rick Schwartz. Now, he brought along a pair of alligators, a cougar, even a skunk. Well, Ron was not here for the furry little critter. Take a look.
Ron's not a fan of the
It's the
skunks.
only animal that keeps me up at night.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you wouldn't go pester them in their dens, then you'd probably be okay.
I do like to poke skunks with sticks at zoos. I will admit to
No, we
that.
prefer that you don't.
Yeah, pretty sure we'd have the same reaction if somebody brought a skunk out. But
Yeah.
they did make it through without being sprayed.
That's good. The massive undertaking of visiting so many late-night shows was all to celebrate season 2 of the Ron Burgundy podcast, the first episode of which dropped on Thursday with guest senator and Democratic presidential nominee hopeful Kamala Harris.
There you go. I love Ron Burgundy. I love Anchorman. I'm here
It's
for
great
all of
marketing,
this.
too,
So
visiting
good.
so many shows.
This is kind of a crazy story. Mike Posner is recovering from a rattlesnake bite that landed him in the hospital.
Yeah, the 31-year-old singer-songwriter shared a video on Thursday of him on a stretcher being wheeled by first responders.
He captioned the vid with, "What up, doe? Crazy day yesterday. I had just crushed 16 miles and was going for 8 more when I got he means bit, by a snake, a baby rattlesnake. That venom is no joke. I got to the hospital and got the anti-venom in time." He made sure to thank the helicopter team and his nurses on Instagram as well, but really scary.
Yeah, some famous friends like Jessie J, Joe Jonas, and Millie Bobby Brown have sent well wishes with hopes for Posner to have a speedy recovery, calling him a real-life superhero.
31-year-old is currently in the middle of trekking across the country. According to the site tracking his voyage, he's walked over 1,000 miles so far.
Yeah, he started in Asbury Park, New Jersey on April 10th. Earlier this week, posted an Instagram video captured from the Kansas-Colorado state line. Now, his site has tracked him up until July 31st, where he reached Syracuse, Kansas.
He adds on Instagram that he'll be in the hospital a few days and won't be able to walk for several weeks, but he's enjoying the AC and the nice bed. He added, quote, "Haven't had those in a while. Ha 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 ha."
I mean, I'm glad he's okay. Posner
like-
explains on his website that his goals for the countrywide trek are to, quote, leave each town we go through a little bit better than when we arrived and to practice deep listening to people he meets along the way. I love that.
So yeah, good cause there, and now a lot more attention being given to it. Too bad he had to
Yeah.
get bit by a snake because of it, but
At
anyway.
least he's okay.
He's okay. Coming up, guys, William Shatner joins us live to tell us all about his new show, The UnXplained. Mothman, Chupacabra, Bigfoot, mysterious phenomena. There's a lot to talk about here. Plus, Greg Kinnear takes a walk down memory lane. We're talking talk soup and a bunch more. Stick around.
Explore the teen drama that truly defined the 90s. It's your favorite kids from California's most famous zip code. The Beverly Hills 90210 gang is back, and it's for People Magazine's 96-page special collector's edition issue. Now, the teen drama became a hit and achieved cultural dominance in the 90s, and now you can catch up with the whole crew.
Now, the magazine goes inside all 10 seasons of the show, and it features the best moments, fashions, memories, and exclusive interviews from 6 of the original cast members, including Jason Priestley, Jenny Garth, Ian Ziering, Gabrielle Carteris, Tori Spelling, Brian Austin Green. It's all in there. Readers can expect to dive into the show like never before with rare behind-the-scenes photos and a close look at the show's making, and of course, all the drama.
Yeah, from hookups to breakups and everything in between, the cast gets real about what happened both on and off screen. It's going to be a true walk down memory lane. Now, People also fast forwards to today with a sneak peek into the new 90210 reboot that aired on Wednesday.
Yeah, plus the cast shares a touching tribute to Luke Perry. The Beverly Hills 90210 special issue is available now on newsstands and Amazon.
Brian Banks was 16 years old when he was accused of a crime he did not commit. He lost 11 years. Scholarship. He was prevented from playing football.
The system is broken.
We have 10 months to clear his name.
If in that time they do not overturn your conviction, you'll be a prisoner again. I need something big, something extraordinary.
The powerful new movie Brian Banks is in theaters now. It tells the true story of a teenage football star who was wrongfully imprisoned and his journey to be exonerated.
Yeah, on Thursday, we sat down live with the real-life Brian Banks and one of the movie's stars, Greg Kinnear. You can catch that full interview on PeopleTV's YouTube channel.
Yeah, it was so amazing to talk to them about the movie. But after the show, we wanted to lighten the mood a little bit, so we put Greg Kinnear to the test in a good old People Now Confess sesh. Take a look.
Who set these in?
We collabed with our producers.
Oh,
this is
so
all.
These are your guys' questions.
Yeah.
You didn't want to just ask me during the interview?
No. Much more fun this way to see you pull them out of a bucket.
What would my wife say is my worst habit? Oh, geez, she's in the other room. Well, sometimes I go fly fishing up in the Northwest, and for some reason I like to chew tobacco when I fly fish, and I'm person non grata for like a week after. I'm not gonna catch any fish, so I gotta have a little
Fly fishing is hard.
Yeah, exactly.
I've gone fly fishing.
Really?
Yes, in Idaho.
Did you take lessons?
I didn't catch any. Yeah, I did. I didn't catch any
but
fish
you did,
though.
yeah, sorry to hear that. My guiltiest
fish were
pleasure is I feel like it's a guilty pleasure. I do like golf, and it's there's no way to waste an easier 5 hours than on the golf course. So the movie I've done that most deserves a sequel reboot is, well, I mean, maybe we need to do a As Good as It Gets sequel, right?
Did I say this yesterday?
Yeah.
Why? That is the
did.
perfect movie to do another one. This is
If
the-
Doc Suit was around in 2019, I would really enjoy dissecting. Is Richard Bay still on television? I don't think so. No, Sally Jesse Raphael. I'm hitting all the oldies now. Jenny Jones? No Jenny Jones. There's nobody left.
This is you're literally like verbalizing a time capsule of your time on Talk Soup.
I am a Talk Soup time capsule.
Windsor, Ontario. Located along the Detroit River, this Canadian city seems, by all appearances, to be quite normal. But if you listen closely, you'll hear something strange. Do you hear it? That humming noise? Well, if you do be careful, it may just drive you mad.
I hear it, I feel it, I'm a little freaked out. What do we really know about our planet? Here to possibly give us the answer is the host of the History Channel's The Unexplained. Please welcome to People Now, the legend, the icon, Mr. William Shatner. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. The Unexplained on the History Channel at 10 o'clock Fridays.
There it is.
There.
Can you explain
you want me to explain?
Yeah, a little what it's about.
What is it about?
Yeah.
You just were saying, like, what do we know about the planet?
Yeah.
We know nothing. We know nothing. We know that it's got a molten interior, and there are hot spots. The magma comes up and forms volcanoes, and there's subsections with a tectonic plate. We know nothing.
Yeah, it's interesting. And then these weird
But we
phenomena that
have
happen.
mysteries that are unexplained. Like, we know the planet is 4.8 billion years old, but what's been happening to it? How did water accrue here?
Well, hearing you talk about it makes me even more
unexplained.
When did you first get captivated by this sort of thing?
As I emerged from my mother's womb,
Right away.
I said, "What's this?"
Well, it seems like the perfect show for you because you seem genuinely interested in all these
Well,
things.
aren't you?
I am too.
So you should be on the show.
Okay, if you want to have me on the show,
work it out.
I will come on.
Let's talk about this. Mothman, Chupacabra, Bigfoot, all these sort of very popular mythological creatures. Okay. Where do you land on these?
Exactly. I don't know. But because it's unexplained. But one of the explanations for these things that people see, these weird, the Mothman, and there was a goat man, but that sounds a little frivolous. But the Mothman? Come on, it eat holes in your clothes, giant holes. The Mothman has been seen by a variety of people. And one of the explanations that we try, because it's unexplained, but we try, is that there was a great deal of experimentation on trying to put two animals together.
Right.
head of one, the torso of the other, that kind of thing. The Nazis experimented with human beings. People have done it with animals around. And maybe some of that took.
Was I not saying that before?
We were talking about that. No, we were talking about like the
hybrid.
interbreeding, hybrid breeding of animals to create something.
Well, but breeding with the DNA that might go, and you mix two, like an Arab horse and a quarter horse, and you get an Aztec. I mean, but we're talking about sewing things together.
Like literally. By the way, I get the sense that you really enjoyed making this show, this series.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I can tell.
What was one of your favorite moments filming this?
A guy is in a car accident, and he's in a coma for months, weeks, something. He comes out of the coma, and he's able to play the piano like a concert pianist, and he never saw the piano before.
Yeah, those types of things are wild. I've heard stories of that, or speak a new language, or things like that have happened. Yeah.
Why do you think humans go to such great lengths to try to explain these things?
Because, like women, there's so much that's unexplained.
I think, what's more...
You're onto something.
What's more confusing, a Mothman or a woman?
Or a woman, honestly.
Yeah. There's some explanation for a Mothman and none about a woman.
That's a really fair point.
Because that we're surrounded by mystery. Surrounded by mystery.
Which topic was your favorite out of these episodes?
Well, there's all kind. I mean, there's like voodoo. Isn't voodoo mysterious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does voodoo work?
Or does it? I guess.
Or does it?
Or does it?
So all the cults.
Man of many questions.
All the cults.
We're on the show right now.
Well, these are all questions that we approach, and there's really no answer except an opinion.
Yeah.
Near-death experiences. Is there life after death? Is there life after death?
Yes.
Do you believe there is?
No. What do you believe?
I think so.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
It's
it's better
so-
than believing that we're just
There.
going through it.
Yeah.
The alternative.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And she recently saw Spirit, so that which
I
also
did
proves it.
recently. Exactly.
Second time it's come
So
up
do
this
you
week.
have the courage to face the fact that there might not be, and this is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. What shocked you the most of all the sort of topics that you take on in the show?
Well, there were many. It's like 6, 7 a show.
Yeah.
We've shot 8 shows. So it's,
Or does anything shock you at this point? I feel like you've seen a lot.
I find you shocking.
Oh, okay. Well, I take that as a
What
compliment.
is tonight's episode about?
What?
What's
Tonight
tonight's?
is various. There's a fire burning underground near Centralia, Ohio. I think it's Ohio. It's been burning for 60 years. They can't put it out. It's a mysterious fire that keeps burning. They dump water, they dig ditches, they dig down, and it's burning and it's creeping and it's destroying the town. It's like a monster.
Is it fueled by some natural gas or something? Is that what
We
they
don't know.
No.
If we knew, we'd shut the valve off.
And then it would be explained.
And you would
Yeah,
have a
that's
show unexplained if we knew, Jeremy.
You'd have a new show called Explained.
I love that you're doing this show. You've been an entertainer for nearly 7 decades, which is incredible. How has your fan base kind of changed and evolved over time and followed you along your journey?
There's a guy that dropped out, and that was it.
One guy's like, I'm not
Dropped out
doing
of the fan base.
unexplained.
Yeah.
I'm your fan, and then that's it. I've had you.
Everyone else stuck around.
Yeah, right. It doesn't change. Kids, millennials, old people. I don't know where the old people come from. But it's a broad. Excuse me. It's a broad-based. Forgive me the word.
Yeah, no, right.
Just trying to make a joke.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but you know what? It was interesting though. You're so active on social media.
Yeah.
It seems like you're maybe more connected to your audience than ever.
And because social media is so new, at least to everybody over 25, that the world has changed as a result of social media. Everything has changed. Publicity for shows that we do in show business, that's it. But people's lives have changed as a result of the interference with our life on all aspects, not only our personal life, but how you communicate. I mean, the variety of things that has happened, and it's about to get worse.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about social media and interacting with your fans? Is it tweeting back at them? Is it Instagram?
It's having fun with them.
Yeah.
And the same thing I do when I'm on tour and a show. And I go on stage and do a spontaneous hour with the fans. It's great fun and great, lots of laughs.
Yeah, and people that have followed you for a long time really do appreciate that. I tried to, when we were talking about you coming in, just imagining life as William Shatner, someone who's been this sort of iconic character.
have no idea.
No idea. What is the biggest perk?
That's unexplained.
What is the biggest perk of
Somebody
life?
opens the door for you. You don't have to push that door. It's just
Doors always
it's
open.
wonderful.
It does seem like a really great experience, and the fact that you're able to continue it and continue to make fans happy every single day.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
We got to talk about Star Trek for a second. So, yeah, it was recently reported Quentin Tarantino looking at making R-rated version of the film. That's very
He's going
exciting.
to make an R-rated version?
Yeah.
That's what the reports have
I
been.
haven't read that one.
That's the report.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And it was reported that you would be up for reprising your role as Captain Kirk if Quentin really did this.
If Quentin Tarantino said to me, will you play Captain Kirk on this film? And it isn't like Leonard Nimoy played Spock in one of J.J. Abrams' films. And I said to him, and they went back in time to see him. And I said, Leonard, when you go back in time and you're still old, Leonard, that's really old. They go back in time and he still looks old.
It's like, it's a strange.
I used to get a laugh on
No, right, no, I got it.
It's total silence.
Well, I was.
Because we were captivated by it. No, we're with you.
No.
What would be?
Very reluctantly.
We went on a journey slowly.
We're sort of like a fan, and we're like, yeah.
What do you think a Quentin Tarantino version of the Star Trek world would look like?
No, what R-rated? God, he'd have things going on that Roddenberry. Well, first of all, you have to harness the energy of Gene Roddenberry revolving in his grave.
Right.
If you could harness that, you could use that as the power for the whole film.
Okay.
But what would Captain Kirk be like in this universe if Tarantino did this?
Running wild.
Yeah.
All right.
Be running wild, and I'm having difficulty running wild now.
Yeah.
Would you enjoy that though? That'd be fun
Running
to play.
wild?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes.
What does running wild look like?
Through the fields of hay.
Literally running.
Yeah.
And then having a heart attack and falling down.
Yeah.
In the hay.
And it ends quickly. Rumor has it you've got a blues album coming out?
I got a blues album coming out.
Can you tell us anything about that?
Well, I was asked to do a blues album. I had a Christmas album that did very well, and a country music album that did quite well this year, and I've got some other albums out there, some other records. So they said, would you like to do a blues album? And I said, well, I don't know whether I can do the blues. And I kept pondering, can I do the blues? I thought, I'll shoot a documentary about it called This Is the Blues. And then I'll lay down our tracks. I kept putting it off because I didn't know whether I could do it. Finally, I chose a song, producer chose a song, D.B. King's song, and I laid down the track. I got the man blues. And I, hey, that's not bad.
Yes.
Exactly that.
Yeah,
So I
that's
thought,
good.
hey, I got the sound. In fact, the other producer of the documentary went, hey, that makes a difference. Like, oh, he can do it. So I'm going to go in the next few weeks and lay down some.
Oh, I love that. You got to dig deep for that, right? Like it's.
You got to.
Yeah.
You've got so much going on. You've had such an incredible career. So we want to take a look back in a segment that we'd like to call, ready?
Oh, snap. We have to say it together. It doesn't work. Look at that.
All right, ready?
Cues it up. Oh, snap. Oh, I thought, sorry.
She's thinking about her boyfriend.
No.
Oh,
snap. That's the segment.
So we went down memory lane, found some old photos of you we'd love to talk about.
Oh,
here's the first pic. Let's take a look here. This is an Old Marshall's Never Die.
Oh my God.
This was dated August 13th,
You know what I'm
1958.
doing? The horse has a phone inside his ear, and I'm talking to the horse.
I love horses. Do you like working with horses?
I do a lot with horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ride competitively a lot.
Really? That's amazing. I did
Is
barrel
it?
racing, so we have that in common.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the next picture. Yeah, creature attacking you is Captain
That's
James
a fatherly
T. Kirk.
figure saying, what a good boy.
This is a scene from The Man Trap, the premiere episode of Star Trek, which aired on September 8th, 1966.
No kidding.
Yeah. What goes through your mind when you look back on a moment like that?
I can't stand it.
Really?
Yeah. What's this one?
Oh, well, okay. This was, I believe, one of my personal favorites. This is from Rescue 911. Let me tell you something. This show was a staple for a period of my life. We watched it all the time. Loved it. Loved that show.
It was the in advance of the forerunner of all these shows that.
All these other like crime shows and the sort of dramatizations and all that. Such a good time watching that show. Anyway, I want you to bring it back. It's so good to talk to you.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had producers trying to do it live, like a half a dozen cities on Saturday night, and doing it.
I've heard of this, like the live 911 or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we were going to do it, and it just was too much.
Yeah.
As the camera's on somebody dying, would you mind signing this waiver?
Yeah. Not the best idea.
I know, but sign the waiver first before you die.
Yeah. William Shatner, thank you. It's such a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for sharing these great memories, great stories. Guys, The Unexplained airs Friday nights at 10 p.m. on the History Channel. Check it out.
While Wendy's on her summer vacation, the heat's still on.
Jerry O Show. Hey!
There you go, Jerry O'Connell ending summer with a bang with his new daytime talk show, Jerry O. Wendy Williams is tagging the actor to take her TV slot on Fox while she is on vacation. It is going to be a party.
Now, Jerry has already served as a guest host on Wendy's show quite a few times, but now he's all on his own. And working on a live show in front of a live audience all week long is no easy feat. We talked to Jerry and asked him how he's feeling about it.
This is way harder than I thought it was.
Way harder than acting, maybe.
I thought I was going to put makeup on. I thought someone was going to give me the whoop, like the little hair thing that Jeremy, like, yeah, that's what I really want.
There it is, like looking in a mirror. Looking in a mirror.
And it's not the case. They want me to like watch 5 hours of reality TV every night. I have to comment on those 5 hours of reality TV. It's, what's the word, like a job.
Yeah, we're very excited. I heard you trying out some catchphrases on Watch What Happens Live. The Jerry O, no she didn't. Were there any others that you tried out?
That, yesterday on Watch What Happens Live, we were trying the Jerry, like, you know, Wendy has like, how you doing? And I was thinking like maybe my catchphrase would be Jerry, oh, no you didn't! And they really liked it. So
it's
Did you land on that one?
People really liked it. I mean, how about like, hey everybody, the Jerry O fun train is leaving the station. Chugga, 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 chugga.
All
Chugga,
aboard! I love it.
Good. I think we're onto something. The all aboard.
Options.
The all aboard thing
I was
that
all
you
aboard
added.
that catchphrase. And you guys, not all heroes wear capes. We have our own hero right here in studio, Jeremy Parsons.
Oh, wow.
So according to Jerry, Jeremy is to thank for his Wendy Williams job. Watch this.
I would not have gotten this Wendy Williams job if not for you, Mr.
Oh,
Thank you.
That's
100% true.
Credit where it's due. Please let me know how this worked
I
out.
filled in for Wendy earlier this year.
Right.
And, you know, they break it down into segments. And I had my second segment with you, Mr. P.
We did the Hot Five.
And you came in there with, like, you just made it so easy, and we had a lot of funny jokes and stuff.
I mean, I don't want to take all the credit.
He's gonna have to pay you back in some way.
Right? Wendy Williams, maybe she's really the one to thank here. She's all on board for the Jerry O Show. And now that the two are partners, we asked Jerry how he would describe their relationship.
Oprah and Dr. Phil.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly right.
Wendy is my Oprah. I watch her every day. I get my news from her. I idolize her. And I have this job literally because of her, because she gave it to me, but also literally because I've watched every single one of her episodes, and I just love what she brings to that daytime space.
How did you first get on as a guest host?
They called me out of the blue. Out of the blue. Wendy was on sabbatical, and I got a text from my representation saying they're interested in you hosting Wendy, and I couldn't believe it. I was in shock.
And then did she love you right away? Did she give you feedback at first? Like the first time you came on?
The real feedback I got from her has been prepping for the Jerry O Show on Fox Station starting Monday, and she pulled me aside. We had a big meeting with, like, you know, the bosses, kind of critiquing me, you know, and telling me what I can and can't do, what I should do, what I shouldn't do. And Wendy grabbed me after the meeting and said, listen, take all that down, got it all, listen to it. Now you have to be yourself, because none of this works unless you're yourself. And
Wow, good
I didn't
advice.
hire you to like be a talk show host out there. I hired you because I like you.
Now, you may already know that Jerry is married to actress Rebecca Romaine. So the question is, can reality TV save marriages? Well, Jerry says it's their shared love for TV drama that keeps them together.
My wife and I have a very vivid TV viewing life. My wife is the one who really got me into the Housewives. You know, about a decade ago, I started watching a little show called Real Housewives of Orange County with my wife, and it really saved our marriage. I mean, it's just what we talk about all the time. It's our thing.
I don't think anyone anticipated when making that show that it would be the marriage saver.
Who'd have thought?
Who'd have thought?
Vicki Gunvalson would have been the savior of my wife and my marriage.
Yeah. Love Jerry O'Connell, and you can watch his new daytime talk show, Jerry O, starting August 12th on select Fox stations.
Yeah,
Check it
he's
out.
going to be great.
Yeah,
He said he was a little nervous, but I think he's going to be wonderful.
No, you know what is great about him? He's very passionate and authentic on the air. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, we're continuing the laughs after Will Ferrell's surprise late-night appearances as the iconic Ron Burgundy. So we asked you to send in your favorite gifts of him. Let's take a look.
Many to choose from.
Yeah, there are.
I immediately regret this decision. That's one of my
I'm
favorites.
so glad he's bringing him back. I don't like it.
I don't like it. The class case of emotion.
He's one of the most quotable characters.
Oh,
I think.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so good. Keep sending in those gifts, guys, but for now we move on to this.
I'm the only girl of my species. I'm the only one I ever saw.
He's young. Yeah, he was just newborn when it happened.
Yeah, when Anna Pniowsky told her parents at a young age she wanted to be in the TV, they understood what she meant. Fast forward a few years, now the 13-year-old is starring alongside Oscar-winning actor Casey Affleck in his new film, Light of My Life. The movie follows a father's struggle to protect his daughter a decade after a pandemic wiped out half of the female population.
Now, Light of My Life is written and directed by Casey. Now, is he an intense director? Is he relaxed? Anna describes him for us.
I think he's very committed, and I think he doesn't stop until he sees perfection.
Yeah, what do you think is the biggest thing you learned from him?
I'd say how to be realistic, you know, kind of like that flow and doing like whatever. Like before, I would kind of be too scared to like itch my ear or something during the scene, but then I could like rub my face and things like that. So I think I learned how to be like a real person in acting.
So Anna says that working with Casey was easy, but there was one challenge that she faced. Her role required an interesting hairstyle.
I got a very short buzz cut, and I started middle school with a terrible haircut, because actually Casey, he cut it himself.
Oh, yeah?
Because we got the hairdresser to come in and cut it, and then Casey came in, he said, that's too clean, and he just went at it from all different angles.
Yeah, that can be kind of emotional for some girls, losing all of your hair. Yeah, what was that experience like, getting it kind of chopped off?
I mean, it was a little difficult. I would do it again in a heartbeat though, because obviously it's like amazing opportunity. It was a little hard though.
Yeah, I mean, it grew back.
It did.
How long did it take?
Well, this is from 2 years.
Okay.
So yeah, I got it cut again to make it even, because it was weird.
Yeah, right.
But
it's like all uneven.
yeah, I hope it's good.
Like, thanks, Casey, for the weird haircut that's very uneven.
But it also makes sense that, like, you know, it's the kind of thing that, oh, my hair looks weird, but it was for a movie, guys. A huge movie.
Well, I didn't really tell anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't want to brag or anything. I went to a performing arts school.
Okay.
So everyone kind of wants to act and things like that. And I didn't really want to brag or say anything. So I just
kept it quiet.
Yeah.
That's very mature of you. I feel like
Thank
most
you.
people would be telling everybody. Yeah, I would tell everyone. This might be Anna's first big feature film, but she's no stranger to being on screen. You can catch her in Maya Erskine and Anna Kunkel's Hulu series Pen 15. These women are hilarious and killing it right now. Anna shared the one thing she learned from them on set.
They didn't give me any advice, but something that I did take away from them is just kind of like, let it all go, not be afraid to kind of be embarrassed or something. You just kind of just go all out.
There you go, great lesson. You can catch Anna in Light of My Life in theaters nationwide, on demand, and digital August 9th. All right, guys, Kate Middleton and Prince William go head-to-head this week in a sailing race, and we know who won bragging rights. Here with all the details, the race, the Queen's vacation, and much more. People senior news editor Aaron Hill and our royal correspondent Imogen Lloyd-Webber. Hello, ladies. Good to see you.
Hello. Good to see you.
Let's start with this. Kate Middleton and Prince William, they took part in this charity sailing race. It's called the King's Cup Regatta. Aaron, what are the details here? Who won the bragging rights?
So it's Prince William who was able to say that he beat his wife in this. He didn't come in first, so Bear Grylls did. He actually manned the winning sailboat. This was all done to support charities that William and Kate support in their royal work. So there were 2 races. The first race, William came in 3rd. Kate came in 7th out of 8th. The second race, Kate unfortunately was disqualified because they started too soon. So she's immediately in last, but William overall finished 3rd, so he placed. He got a little bronze trophy.
Okay, and by the way, of course Bear Grylls won,
Of course,
right?
of course. Right.
If he's in the race, he's gonna win. Imogen, what's the King's Cup Regatta all about? Talk about some of the charities and sort of the meaning behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the King's Cup is a historic trophy first presented by King George V at Cowes' Royal Yacht Squadron in 1920. 8 boats took part in the race, each representing a charity being supported by the royals. This year, Kate's 4 charities that were represented were Action on Addiction, Place to Be, the Anna Freud National Centre for Children and Families, and the Royal Foundation.
So some really good causes.
Yeah, Williams' were Child Bereavement UK, Centrepoint, the London Air Ambulance Charity 30th Anniversary Campaign, and Tusk. And Tusk was Bear's boat, which
Right.
of course
Won.
I mean, just grand.
Just give him the trophy before.
Absolutely.
2 special guests were also at the race: Prince George, Princess Charlotte. We talked some about this earlier. Aaron, tell us about their day.
They were the cutest little sailors. George in a captain's hat, and Charlotte looking adorable. And they were with their grandparents, Carol and Mike Middleton, which we haven't seen them come on an outing before. So that was pretty big. To have the grandparents there to take care of them while the parents take place in this outing.
Seeing these photos and them in this kind of environment, they are really growing up, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
Really
isn't it
growing up.
crazy?
George has got no teeth at the moment, poor lad.
Yes, he debuted his two missing front teeth. So, and there were some really cute moments where they were,
There we go.
yes,
Good
waving. Kate wanted them to wave to the crowd, and Charlotte stuck out her tongue. Pretty adorable.
Poor Charlotte, that's going to follow her around for the rest of her life, that photo. I do
Every
feel
move
sorry
they
for
make.
those royal kids, I'm sorry.
Everybody's got to take a break, guys. Even the Queen, she kicked off her vacation on Tuesday. Imogen, give us the details. What's the Queen
93,
doing?
she's allowed a vacation.
Yeah.
She's on her annual vacation to Balmoral in Scotland, which served as a private retreat for the British royals for more than 150 years. It was purchased by Prince Albert, Queen Victoria's husband. She inspected the Guard of Honour before she went inside the castle, saying to the Shetland pony mascot outside, "Here we go again."
Here we go.
Or here we are again.
Here we are again. All right, so she's doing her thing, but she's got some work too. Tell us some about the work that she's doing while she's on vacation.
So it's not all play. She's definitely working. So she still receives the famous red boxes that contain her diplomatic papers daily. So she reads over that. She also continues to hold audiences and do some public engagements. So we'll be seeing her.
So always on. Even
Always
when she's
on
off.
duty.
Yes.
Earlier this week, let's talk about this. We saw reports that Prince Charles might take part in the new James Bond movie, right?
Yes.
Okay, give Imogen. First of all, what do you think of that possibility?
I'm not entirely sure we'll be seeing, the names Prince Charles anytime soon.
In the credits?
These rumours started because, as you see, Charles visited the Bond 25 set back in June. We all know Charles is obsessed with Aston Martins. So, I mean, maybe you could see a cameo with Charles racing Aston Martin.
And let's just say this, of any movie franchise, seeing him in this would be the most likely.
This would be the one, and he'd be following in, obviously, in his mother's footsteps. Because the Queen did that James Bond parody for the 2012 Olympics, where she was with the corgis and allegedly jumped out of the plane and all of that going on. But
more likely this was all about the cars for him.
more likely this was all about the cars.
And Daniel Craig.
Fun snippet, though. Fun snippet in all this, though. Apparently, Meghan Markle did make a shortlist to be a Bond girl, but then, of course, she married Prince Harry, so that was all over.
Off the list.
Yeah.
Right.
What would could you imagine the scenario that he would fit into? What would you like to see him doing in a Bond film?
I think he'd have to play himself.
Yeah.
He couldn't do anything other than
No,
play
he's got to be himself.
Right.
He'd have to be behind the wheel of an
And he'd have to be behind the wheel of an Aston
Something
Martin.
to do with an Aston Martin, yeah.
All right. Well, fingers crossed. I would love to see it. I think we would all love to see
I
it.
think so. A Bond villain? That would be a great
A
role
Bond
for us.
villain? Ooh, even more.
No, I don't. I think Rami Malek has picked up that one.
Thank you, ladies. It's good to talk to you.
All right, we're taking one last look at the gifts you've been tweeting of Ron Burgundy after Will Ferrell's surprise late-night appearances on Thursday.
All right, let's take a look at these.
Good one. That's a perfect Friday
Whole news team
gift.
jumping. It's science. It's science. Kind of hear it. Kind of a big deal. That's the main one, right?
Yeah, all right. We'll be asking you a new question of the day next week on People Now, so tune in for that.
Coming up next week, we are flipping out. We'll be joined live by HGTV's Tarek El Moussa. He's given us tips for a successful flip in his new series, Flipping 101.
Plus, also joining us live is Molly Gordon. She's starring alongside Jacob Tremblay in the hilarious movie Good Boys. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from the stars of the new reality show, Racing Wives. It's Mariel Lane and Whitney Ward Dillon. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hey, I'm Whitney Dillon. I'm Mariel Lane. And this is One Last Thing. The last movie I watched was Lion King.
A true king searches for what he can give.
The last dessert I ate, a strawberry muddled Cosmo. Cabernet. It's a drink, but that's dessert. Yeah. The last song stuck in our head is Bouncin'.
Yeah, we could